Hello there, I'm Begalius. It's cold, but I'm remedying my cold with a hot drink. Not my cold, the cold situation. It's a cold situation, dude. But that's not what we're not going to talk about this. Why would I open a commentary like that? I'm going to open it like this. I like searching for new music. I love music. I love talking about music. I'm probably going to talk about it a lot on this channel going forward, which is fantastic. But I love searching for new music, and a new album popped up. For anyone who doesn't know, new albums come out every Friday, typically. And it was reviewing fairly well, seemed right up my alley. It's from Aesop Rock, who I've never listened to. And it's called Integrated Tech Solutions, which is a great name. And it's awesome. It's fantastic. I really like the album. I really gel with it. I just really think it's a fantastic album, right up my alley. If you like artists like Killer Mike Eagle and Billy Woods and Danny Brown, No Name, people like that, then I would absolutely recommend this album to you. It's really fantastic. Pitchfork, in their opening line for their review, described it as a parody of Silicon Valley, which I think is kind of right on the nose, and I think that musically and lyrically he does a great job of presenting that. There's a lot of like cliche tech boopy boops here and there, and some rapping that feels kind of very on the nose, and I like it a lot. I really think it's fantastic, and if you haven't listened to any of those people that I listed, I would absolutely recommend every single one of those. They're all fantastic. I think if you like Killer Mike Eagle, this is very similar. And I would consider it to be nerd rap. I think it's nerdy rap. I like the fact that, it's like so heady and loose and fun and funny. But I would consider it to be nerd rap. And when I was listening to it, I was thinking about, like, is it nerd rap? The guy's rapping about tech. He literally spells the word technology in one of his verses. But like Pitchfork said, it's a parody. It's very tongue-in-cheek. And it really doesn't take itself seriously. But a lot of the nerdy albums I listen to, they don't take themselves seriously either. And a lot of the nerdy content that I watch and experience doesn't either. And I started thinking about his approach to potential nerd rap, quote unquote. And I started thinking about like what it means and what it would mean to create a project like that, and what would be the distinction behind whether it is purely parody and making fun of the culture or whether it's taking part in it. And I think, personally speaking, though I do think it leans in the nerd rap anyway, I think that even by taking part in an experience like this, he's creating nerd rap. And it was then that I started thinking about the converging points, which I think about fairly often, of the subculture of the nerdy sort of type of person and experience, which every subculture has like splintering parts off, but I really think that the nerd part has really splintered off a lot, particularly in recent years, because it's become so ubiquitous with society and so integrated into society. We all have smartphones, we're all on the internet constantly. Marvel films, the most popular, or at least were the most popular films at a time. Game of Thrones, stuff like that, it's hugely popular and very mainstream. But I'm not really even just talking about that. I'm talking about the splintering off of like deep nerdisms, and that you will still have people who indulge in that more, people like myself, but even then, like, it splinters off. So you have and in the example of this, like the Silicon Valley example, I think that's a very good one, and one that's very poignant and easy to anchor onto. You have people who would be very for the tech bro and very invested in NFTs and making money through tech, and I think those people would be considered nerdy in unto themselves. But then you have people on the complete other end of the spectrum who are tremendously nerdy, just wrapped up their Spider-Man 2 playthrough, and finished up by saying it's such a shame that we have to use this as a money-making business because, I don't like the corporations and I don't want technical advances, and you can take your rocket ship and shove it up your ass. Like Little Sims made a song about this. But yeah, take that rocket ship and just piss off with it. Stop wasting money. I need that money and I don't want the technical advances. And then you have people in the middle, people like me who are like, I love tech. I love that we're advancing things, the future. I'm very excited for what we can create in the future, tech-wise, but I am skeptical of it, and I'm very cynical, and I don't like how money-focused all of it is, so I'm on the fence. But then, even then, there are splintering off points from that, and I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting how ambiguous all of this has become because it's so ubiquitous. And it's something that I don't really think you need to spend time on anymore. It's something that we would have spent time on in the past, but it's just part of our lives now. Are we all nerds? Are there levels? Is it a spectrum? Yes, I would say so. But I don't know. I mean, I really don't know how to grasp this. And I wouldn't know. And I think that's what makes it so interesting. And both good and bad. It's good to sort of study the subcultures and how they splinter off. But, tech bros do exist, unfortunately. Anyway, those are my thoughts on that. I just thought it was worth chatting about. And I guess I'll see everyone later.